Honesty is the first chapter in the Book of Wisdom. The man who reads nothing at all is better educated than the man who reads nothing but newspapers. Do you want to know who you are? Don't ask. Act. Action will delineate and define you. In matters of style, swim with the current. In matters of principle, stand like a rock. I'm a great believer in luck, and I find the harder I work, the more I have of it. When angry, count to 10 before you speak. If very angry, count to 100. Never put off till tomorrow what you can do today. I prefer dangerous freedom over peaceful slavery. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. The tree of liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants. Nothing gives one person so much advantage over another as to remain always cool and unruffled under all circumstances. I like the dreams of the future better than the history of the past. Do not bite at the bait of pleasure till you know there is no hook beneath it. Experience demands that man is the only animal which devours his own kind. It is always better to have no ideas than false ones, to believe nothing than to believe what is wrong. The God who gave us life gave us liberty at the same time. The most valuable of all talents is that of never using two words when one will do. He who knows best knows how little he knows. Never trouble another for what you can do yourself. I have sworn upon the altar of God eternal hostility against every form of tyranny over the mind of man. Pride costs us more than hunger, thirst, and cold. Delay is preferable to error. He who permits himself to tell a lie once finds it much easier to do it the second time. Walking is the best possible exercise. Habituate yourself to walk very far. Whenever you do a thing, act as if all the world were watching. Peace and friendship with all mankind is our wisest policy. There is not a truth existing which I fear or would wish unknown to the whole world. Determine never to be idle. No person will have occasion to complain of the want of time who never loses any. I believe that every human mind feels pleasure in doing good to another. An injured friend is the bitterest of foes. A little rebellion now and then is a good thing. Commerce with all nations, alliance with none should be our motto. One man with courage is a majority. If you want something you've never had, you must be willing to do something you've never done. I never considered a difference of opinion in politics, in religion, in philosophy, as cause for withdrawing from a friend. Truth is certainly a branch of morality and a very important one to society. A wise and frugal government, which shall leave men free to regulate their own pursuits of industry and improvement. Our greatest happiness does not depend on the condition of life in which chance has placed us, but is always the result of a good conscience. It is error alone which needs the support of government. Truth can stand by itself. Do not be too severe upon the errors of the people, but reclaim them by enlightening them. Laws and institutions must go hand in hand with the progress of the human mind. It takes time to persuade men to do even what is for their own good. Whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it. Educate and inform the whole mass of the people. They are the only sure reliance for the preservation of our liberty. Every generation needs a new revolution. I tremble for my country when I reflect that God is just, that his justice cannot sleep forever. The earth belongs to the living, not to the dead. I have no fear that the result of our experiment will be that men may be trusted to govern themselves without a master. The natural progress of things is for liberty to yield and government to gain ground. I do not take a single newspaper, nor read one a month, and I feel myself infinitely the happier for it. To compel a man to furnish funds for the propagation of ideas he disbelieves and abhors is sinful and tyrannical. It is neither wealth nor splendor, but tranquility and occupation which give happiness. Timid men prefer the calm of despotism to the tempestuous sea of liberty. The spirit of resistance to government is so valuable on certain occasions that I wish it to be always kept alive. The most sacred of the duties of a government is to do equal and impartial justice to all its citizens. My only fear is that I may live too long. This would be a subject of dread to me. I would rather be exposed to the inconveniences attending too much liberty than those attending too small a degree of it. I think with the Romans that the general of today should be a soldier tomorrow if necessary. The glow of one warm thought is to me worth more than money. When the people fear the government, there is tyranny. When the government fears the people, there is liberty. I have no ambition to govern men. It is a painful and thankless office. The happiness of society is the end of government. The Constitution, which at any time exists till any change is made in it by the will of the people, is sacredly obligatory upon all. I had rather be shut up in a very modest cottage with my books, my family, and a few old friends, dining on simple bacon and letting the world roll on as it likes, than to occupy the most splendid post which any human power can give. We are not to expect to be translated from despotism to liberty in a feather-bed. Sometimes it is said that man cannot be trusted with the government of himself. Can he then be trusted with the government of others? The only security of all is in a free press. To be good and to do good is all we have to do. Every day is lost in which we do not learn something useful. Man has no nobler or more valuable possession than time. It is more honorable to repair a wrong than to persist in it. It is wonderful how much may be done if we are always doing.